Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is where we discuss everything about the stock market's opening action, the early deals, what is it indicating about the trend of the markets that is likely to follow on this weekly expiry, FNO expiry as well. Also, will the markets continue to shine bright just as they did yesterday? That's the big question that most of the investors have been asking. First up, let's look at what the trade setup was and how the opening has happened. Well, the US markets overnight closed higher. The Asian markets opened mixed, largely on the lower side as well. And the Indian markets, the SGX Nifty was indicating a flat opening. We opened lower, of course. When we talk about the Sensex, it was a 100-point downtick at 55,305. We opened. When you talk about the Nifty, also that slipped about 30 odd points to open below 16,500. Right now, it's climbed up back above that 16,500 mark, turned slightly positive with a green bias on the upside. The broader markets doing slightly better, about 0.2% uptick for the mid and the small cap indices. What's really helping the stock markets recover from those opening tick lows? Well, it's IndusInd Bank, the stock that has reacted right after its Q1 earnings. The stock is up in trade. Sun Pharma, M&M, Maruti, Bharti Airtel, these are the other top gainers. On the losing side, you have Wipro after the earnings. On the downside, L&T, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Infosys, TCS, and Asian Paints. So the IT stocks that were in the limelight yesterday, big headlines coming out of there. 3% uptick for the Nifty IT index yesterday. Today are seeing big profit booking coming place. Now, when you talk about the other factors that are important to track in today's trading session, you also see that on the Sensex, we are seeing that a whole lot of subsectors are moving in trade. Say, for example, on the NSE, the 15 sectors that are compiled by it, out of this, six compiled by the NSE are trading in the red. Sub indices, Nifty IT, financial services, underperforming the Nifty by falling as much as 0.5% in trade. On the stock specific front, Nifty Wipro is the top Nifty loser, cracking 1.5-2% lower, around 400 rupees a share. Kotak Mahindra Bank, HDFC Life continues its downward run on the back of the earnings front. SBI Life, Shree Cement, also the other laggards right here. When you talk about the market breadth, that still remains on the positive side with 1,562 shares still advancing against 769. So that is something that may give the confidence of the market returning strongly in the green in the second half of trading session as well. When you talk about the shares of LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, the country's biggest insurer and the largest domestic financial investor, that has risen 0.5% in trade today to jump up at 690 rupees odd in today's trading session. So that's another factor that you should keep an eye out on. The rupee has been losing continuously. It opened marginally lower and is trading at, in fact, at 80.05. It's trading around that level as well. So the rupee weakness is weighing on the street sentiments too. So that's another factor that you need to keep in mind. Which are the stocks that are going to be in focus in the green and in the red? So I'm going to be talking about 10 stocks right here. IndusInd Bank opened higher on the back of earnings. AU Small Finance Bank could be in the green. Tata Communications, Hindalco, and Oracle Financials. These stocks could be in the green today. On the downside, you have Wipro, Mastek, Havels, and Gland Pharma and Seat on the back of the news flows that could react on the positive and negative side as well. So that's as far as the top 10 stocks that could react on either side are concerned. When you talk about the other important factors to talk about, of course, globally, there is a factor again, and there is a focus on the European Central Bank, the Bank of Japan as well, who are going to be deciding on their interest rate fronts too. So that's going to be an important factor to track because there are reports suggesting that there's 40% chance of the these developed nations to slip into recession next year. However, Wells Fargo and experts from there, the top bank globally, suggest that inflation could peak in the near term. Although they expect a 100 basis point rate hike by the Federal Reserve, the market focus will be on the recession in the later part of the year, and therefore the markets could continue to be in a very haywire situation as well. So, like I was saying, a whole host of stocks that will be in focus. AU Small Finance Bank, the board has approved fundraise of up to 3,000 odd crore rupees. Tata Communications has reported its numbers. The revenue is up by 1%. Margins at 25%. Keep that stock in focus. Oracle, again, earnings right there. Revenue up almost 10% sequentially. And the EBITDA margin at 46.1%. So, again, an improvement on a sequential basis. Zydus Life has got a US FDA nod for its drug and injection, so that stock could be in focus on the positive side. Markson's Pharma has got a US FDA nod for the nerve pain drug as well on a generic basis, so again a positive right there. Pharma stocks going to be definitely in limelight today. Dr. Reddy's gets US FDA nod for a generic drug as well. Hindalco, on the other hand, is going to be another stock that could be in focus on the back of some news flows too. On the other side, Gland Pharma has reported weaker numbers, Wipro has reported weaker numbers, Mastech has reported weaker numbers, and Fiat also has reported weaker numbers, and therefore these stocks could be on the downside as well. Apart from this, the focus will be on India Wix. Right now, it's up by almost 1%, but still below that 17 odd mark, still on a comfortable level. So keep that also in focus. The markets are increasingly building up onto the gains, slightly coming more into the green space. IndusInd Bank now up 5% at 924. That's the top stock that you need to watch in case you are a momentum investor in today's trading session. We'll keep you posted with everything that's passing on street throughout the trading session. So do stay tuned on to with me on Business Today TV through the day, as well as there's going to be a whole host of news from the business front as well. So don't forget to catch up on all of those as well, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel too. Thanks a lot for tuning in for now.